Hi, this is Phil, and I'm here to tell you all about the Capes and Lunatics Patreon. Get early access to all of our interviews, including the monthly Chichester chats with writer and comic book legend D.G. Chichester, new episodes of classic Capes and Lunatics shows, including The Quantum Zone, This, That, or the Third, and many, many more specials, all completely uncensored. Access starts for $3 a month, full video when you pledge $5 a month. Check out the link in our show notes, or go to patreon.com/CapesandLunatics. Hope to see you there.
Autobots, roll out!
Hello and welcome back. She is a little bit salty.
He is a whole lot of petty, and together, this is the Salty and Petty Podcast. Duh!
That's right. I am Phil. That Decepticon over there is Lilith, and that's right, we are reviewing Transform.
I'm a terror con, first of all.
Oh, the 110%, yes. That's right, kids, because we are reviewing Transformers Rise of the Beast.
Yep, we sure are.
This time it's just me and Lilith. Hello, Dave Finn from the Signal of Doom. Oh, sweet guys. Want to hear what this movie is like? What an awesome post-credit review. And
Russell apologizes that he can't be wild like an animal.
I know. Wow, like an animal. Wild like a manimal.
Hold on. I got something for him.
Wild like an animal.
Oh, rings. Don't get him started. He was doing that last night while me and Justin were recording.
You're always here in spirit, Russell. We appreciate all the other contributions that you gave for our Transformers show for the month of June.
I said, when he did that last night when me and Justin were on, I said his new name is Captain O-Ring.
Yes. Both approved. I love it. Captain
O-Ring. All right, so yes, it's the opening weekend of Rise of the Beasts. I just went and saw it today, and
I saw it Friday night.
Got my popcorn trailer.
Let's see it. Show it. Oh wow, that's a big boy.
That's what she said.
How much did it set you back, Phil?
No, it was
Danielle pissed.
Well, once you don't know yet, and two is like $50.
Like, nobody tell Danielle.
It's like 50. The cab is plastic, but the trailer is
aluminum.
Yeah.
However, Esther says it. That's really nice.
That's how you put your popcorn in, and then you put the drinks in the
I was gonna say
cab.
The drink holder right there. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, you can pour it right into the cab. Yeah.
Yeah, that's about right.
And then drink out of this. Yeah.
$50 for a movie drink. That's about right.
It came with a large popcorn and drink.
That's pretty cool, though. I'm glad to see that they're starting to have faith in just movies again and doing the really cool concession stand tie-ins and stuff.
Yeah, thank you, Dave.
Did you?
Russell, I invented that Tix.
Well, you're not here, so we're taking it.
No, I invented that, you dick.
So you went on like a Sunday afternoon. What was your audience like?
I mean, it was a pretty decent sized crowd. I'm not saying it was filled to capacity, but I mean, it was still a pretty decent crowd at Sunday at 1:00 in the afternoon.
Okay, yeah, I went on a Friday night, the 12 o'clock showing, the midnight showing, the last showing of the night, and it was medium sized.
Okay.
Not a child to be seen, which I love.
Again, I mean, depending on the age of the child, some of them shouldn't be at a midnight showing either.
Yeah, exactly. But you'd be surprised. I was at a really fancy restaurant not too long ago. I'm talking like $300 a plate, and somebody literally had their baby. So.
Oh God.
You know.
If you can afford $300 a plate, you can afford a babysitter.
Exactly. Although that table did get $80 pasta. Like, don't get pasta at a fancy restaurant. That for our next food conversation on the Salty and Petty Podcast. Stay tuned.
What are you supposed to get? We're supposed to get meat.
Yep, meat and potatoes. You know how it goes.
Talking about meat is so natural for Ray.
I didn't do anything, but the chance is never zero. So I just checked the box office, and it looks like they're pulling in $60 million for the North American debut, and hopefully by Monday we'll see a solid $170 million for overseas in the total. But they do have to break at least like 300 because I think the budget was 200 million to make. Oh. We're not even talking the marketing budget because they never released that. But the marketing budget, these commercials are almost as bad as the Flash commercials. So I'm assuming they spent a lot on marketing.
I'm still seeing more Flash commercials. Oh my lord.
Yeah, but I mean, it was a lot. 2 weeks ago, it was inescapable. I actually saw way more of those than the Flash when I gave up YouTube Premium for a little bit, and I was just like, nope, can't do it. It's not safe. So yeah, I saw way. Well, and that's probably because it's more of my special interest right now. Like I've been like it all depends. Like when you're doing internet ads, so unless you use a VPN.
Is that 300 or they have to hit like opening weekend?
Just overall, but
okay.
Really after the opening weekend, once the reviews come out and word of mouth starts happening, that's when like chances really decrease unless it's a super great movie, Like I'll use Everywhere All at Once. Like people didn't know what it was gonna be. It had kind of like a low opening box office, and then word of mouth spread in the positive direction, and it just became this huge phenomenon.
Well, it's not going to help either. That next weekend The Flash comes out. I think there's some kids movie comes out.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot more competition. I think this was like the perfect window of opportunity. So I think a lot of people were kind of confused. That I guess if you don't know, if you haven't done your research. So Bumblebee which was actually fantastic from 2018, was a hard reboot of the universe. It was a standalone reboot. This is the direct sequel and yet prequel to the Transformers mythology. This is out of the Bayverse. This is completely in the Cable's verse, which is the director, Steve Cable Jr.
Okay,
so we're technically in the Cableverse as of Bumblebee. So if you're noticing plot holes, inconsistency, you're not jiving with the continuity, well, unless you watch Bumblebee, then, so that's the continuity that we're going forward from.
So it's nothing to do with Shia LaBeouf. Thank you.
Nothing. Although Wiki is technically in the canon of Transformers, which is kind of a loss for me. It's like, because we don't really have like that whole like canon tie-in with the Witwicky family yet. It's yet to be seen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Dave, the Beasts are their own separate things. You watch Beast Wars?
Yeah, if you love Beast Wars of the 90s, you'll love this movie, in my personal opinion. But it's there if you look for it. It's not explicitly stated, like, mainly because they're still kind of working out the canon personally between us hens. Mm-hmm. But they're trying, and I think getting away from the Bayverse, because that's 5 movies of just absolute trash. Lens flare. I love the first 3 movies because I used to rock with Shia LaBeouf before he became unbearably problematic. I rooted for him. I wanted him to win. He's just got a couple, issues, maybe a little more than Ezra, that, I really hope he gets help for and comes back, because I think he's a great actor. So I rocked with the trilogy, but once, like, y'all know how I feel about Mark Wahlberg. Once he did that, and then the next movie after that, I was just like, nope. Nope. No substance. Barely any style.
It's a transformer.
Exactly. My bot's wicked smart, I tell you. Wicked smart. Like I couldn't get past it, but I like this new like entry level. Although I feel like the Transformer films have spent too much time on disposable humans. Honestly, like we had it in the cartoon, but I don't, and we do kind of need that POV, a human POV. But I just feel like all the human characters in this movie in this franchise have been very, very, just disposable.
Well, yeah, no one lasts more than a movie. Well, since Bumblebee, I mean, no one lasts more than a movie now. It seems like.
Yeah.
Well, unless after that ending, because
spoiler alert, kids! It looks like we might be getting that Beast Wars and Transformers and G.I. Joe collaboration.
Yeah. All. It only took how many years?
Well, both franchises. Well, thank you, Rock, for destroying the G.I. Joe franchise and making them kill poor Channing Tatum. Justice for Channing Tatum? Anybody?
I guess Mike wasn't magic after all.
Yeah. But I do like that they kind of went back to the whole idea of, destiny. Because he's like, I was just a guy that got in a car trying to steal it. And it's like, no, we do actually have an idea and, a whole thing about destiny in the Transformers universe. And I kind of like that they're tying that back in. They kind of did that with Sam as well, right? And so, I think they're really trying to course correct on the things that they couldn't really flesh out for whatever reason. The 2 leads were kind of like, oh, okay. But I'm going to give them a chance. They're very young. They've done a few projects under their belt. But, I don't know. I kind of like the vibe. And, we're set in the 90s, obviously.
Yeah, 94, yeah.
Something that I was like, yay!
I know. Did you notice that with that like real quick glimpse on a TV screen? They had the O.J. Simpson trial talk on. Like,
yeah. I was like, I couldn't believe it.
The little brother was wearing a Power Ranger shirt. I know that was that.
Yeah, it's just all the vibes, man. I enjoyed the vibes. I will talk about the CGI real quick. It seemed actually worse than the ones from the earlier franchise. They seem a little more rubbery because I know because Light and Magic did all of the previous Transformer movies, and they did not do that. They had several CGI like studios and like CGI effects studios and stuff like that do the movie. Like it shows.
I mean, I didn't notice a ton of it, but I know there was like one scene towards the end where like, what's his name? Noah's walking away from Prime, and I'm like, oh, that's a green screen with Prime back there.
Yeah. They really weren't able to blend the backgrounds and the foregrounds together very well, like which is something the previous films, I will say, did do flawlessly, where the robots themselves were kind of but like, so it's kind of like immersion breaking, but I just totally let it go because we got Terracons, baby.
Yes. Scourge. Oh man, I can't believe.
Yeah, I was kind of. I feel like, and I'm glad that they weren't holding the audience's hands or anything. But it's like, okay, how can Unicron travel the universe, but he like needs to send those guys? It's like, babes, it's Galactus. It's just Galactus, okay? It's Transformers' version of Galactus. Just roll with it, man. The bots that he sent out are just basically all Silver Surfer, okay? If you need that analogy. He doesn't want to risk going somewhere where there's no Energon. Like, it makes sense if you think about it, but it's not explicitly stated.
And they literally say he gives Scourge, like, power. I'm like, oh, power cosmic. Okay.
Exactly. So, like, all spark out. All spark out doesn't matter in this universe just yet. To be determined, but just yet, I think they're going to probably go away from the all spark because that's too, like, solely and religious for, like, the Chinese market, obviously. So I think that's another reason they kind of wanted to retool and readjust. So
yeah, it's kind of more like their life force or not. Yeah.
I
would ask you what you thought of Pete Davidson, but I kind of see on screen there what you thought of Pete Davidson.
Well, I mean, they said that he really blew them away at the audition, but it's like, okay, I get it. Like, you got a guy that improvs, right? So it's kind of like how Ryan Reynolds really kind of came into the role of Deadpool, right? And got to be the producer, and he's got writing credits, he's got all this, right? Because of his great improvisational skills and things like that. I get it, but like Pete Davis just wasn't a good fit for this franchise, as far as I was concerned.
I mean,
everybody else in the voice cast was amazing. He just really stood out to me because they had to also readjust his animations. They were actually really, really far into it when they decided on Pete Davidson.
Oh,
so yeah, it's like a whole thing, and it's kind of noticeable for me.
I mean, I don't think it was bad, but it's like I don't know if Pete.
It was Pete Davidson.
It was Pete Davidson. It's like I don't know if he did anything that's like a lot of other voice actors could have done, and maybe done even better. Just like, oh hey buddy, you're my friend, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was really cool. We had, but like I said, like it's just so many other phenomenal voice actors. Like, of course, Peter Cullen, Optimus Prime. Ron Perlman is Optimus Primal. Peter Dinklage as Scourge, chef's kiss. Love that for him. So, and then there's Pete Davidson as Mirage. So, yeah.
Yeah, I know. I was just like, really?
He described it as voicing Mirage as Jim Carrey's Mask meets Bugs Bunny. Hate it.
No, it's not a.
Exactly. So it's just not the vibes for me. But I love that we got the motorcycle.
Oh, RC, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I love that for us because I love a Ducati. I mean, 999s are the best Ducati motorcycle, but a 916, it's fine. It's fine. So like, this is like combining all my like special interests basically. Like back in the day, I used to really love motorcycles. I used to really love like semi trucks and stuff like that. So it's just like bringing back little old like 8 to like 12-year-old love, like all my special interests mashed into one. And like this movie was just so nostalgia driven, but in a good way, not in a bad way. This movie doesn't feel like a cash grab. This actually feels like they care about it. Like, we're down on lens flares. I thought that the action was really good. Not so many explosions. Thank God. Like, everything was exploding every 5 minutes in like those last previous movies. I hated that. We didn't have nearly as many explosions, which I appreciate.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think I told you about the Bumblebee movie before you even saw it, but I'm like, yeah, so far, like these two movies, I like this version better than the Michael Bay stuff. Just
Yeah, it just feels like Michael Bay feels like a total cash grab. It feels like the 80s cartoon, right? We got a toy line, let's do something with it. Whereas with Bumblebee and this, like, Bumblebee is actually, it was really really great. Like, surprisingly good. Like, everybody kind of wrote it off. And then when you, like, if you haven't seen it, I would suggest go try to, like, find it on streaming or buy the DVD preferably. Because it's a really good story and it really sets this up. And like I said, it's actually technically the start of this universe. So, I mean, you won't be lost without it, but it is helpful. Yeah. I thought Bumblebee was great. I thought everything was great. The direction, the look, the feel, the sound, everything was really, really
the soundtrack, yeah.
I love Bumblebee as a character, right? Like, you can't go wrong with Bumblebee as a character. He's a great entry-level character. You know,
and if you love a period
he's far from home,
yes,
you know, that whole vibe. So yeah, it's a really good movie.
And I
thought this was a good follow-up.
And it was set in the 80s and stuff. Yeah,
and that's why this one's set in the 90s, and we're kind of like working our way towards you know, the different decades.
Yeah, because I was looking, I didn't see like a soundtrack for this, even though there was some music. I know
it's just kind of like a score, I think.
Oh,
not necessarily a soundtrack.
Okay, because Bumblebee actually had like a soundtrack. Yeah.
Well, because it was the 80s.
Oh,
like, the 90s is just too much to pick from, whereas the 80s, everybody knows the greatest hits of the 80s, right? Like, it's just, like, depending on what the vibe is, every single genre has, a very specific, the top 100 kind of the 80s, right?
I know, but they had some songs in here from the 90s, you know?
Yeah, they did. They probably couldn't get the rights to it.
Maybe.
They're not Marvel. They're not Disney. They can't just go picking any old song they want. Hell, they're not even, DC with that stupid Suicide Squad charge. the other one, not the Gunniverse, but the original.
The original, yeah.
Movie. But yeah, I was pleasantly surprised. I thought it was funny. I thought it had a lot of heartfelt moments. Mm-hmm. I was a little confused that his brother had sickle cell. That's literally like, I was like, okay, like I get it, like, you guys can't have African descent, but it's like percentages about sickle cell, but I was like, okay, I'm just gonna leave that alone.
I mean, is it possible the father? Because we don't know the father, so.
Yeah, right. We don't know the father, so I'm just like, I don't know the whole genetic scope, but that seems a little weird. It seems a little weird, but and that's a terrible disease, honestly. If you didn't know anything about it, so I was just like, why are they putting that in here? Are we getting sickle cell awareness? Is it like some funding going on? I hope, at least, just mentioning it. Oh, he wants to know if there's Autobots in the film. Philip.
Are the Dinobots in this, like Grimlock? No, David Finn, no.
That comes next, probably, honestly. I want to see an animated cartoon. No shade to, like, whatever Transformer Spark's going on right now. I need a cartoon based on this new franchise. I think that would be the move. And where's the merch? I have a Optimus Prime shirt that I bought from Walmart. That's about it.
Oh, they do have it at Walmart?
Yeah.
But I mean,
I need a Lego set. I need everything. We need to get back into the the Transformer stuff that's for the adult collector market. Super expensive, very well done. But I want something like kids need this. It's really cool.
Yeah, that's what a lot of us got hooked as children.
Robots and cars, man.
Exactly.
Oh, I am so sorry, sweetie.
Tested up until June 22nd in Australia. Oh.
I do miss the worldwide premieres that we had for a while, but, #pandemic.
No.
So, and, they were really they've been really tentative about the Transformer movies since, well, I guess, like, the fifth one? Yeah. Well, no, like, Mark Wahlberg's movie specifically. So, they want to see how it goes and then roll out as necessary and, like, really see if they can recoup and stuff, so... But yeah, no, I thought it was really well done, like, for what it is. Because robots changing into cars.
Exactly.
Finding other robots. But I thought it was great.
Oh, I thought it was great, too.
And like I said, I kind of like the human elements that they have. Like, they were kind of shallow, which is fine with me. I don't really need everybody's backstory.
I mean, it was a little...
It's curious that Noah is a military guy, right?
Yeah, he seemed kind of
possibly dishonorably discharged. That remains.
I know, he seemed kind of young to do done like a full tour and been back. Yeah, but
and it would have probably been like what the Gulf War, a 92 or something like that, or Grenada.
Oh, that's right, it is the 90s. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, man. Yeah. You know what? They probably threw that in just to So he
has his skill set.
It makes it makes more sense at the end there when he gets the offer.
Yeah, he's a tech guy.
Yeah.
And then you got the prerequisite nerdy girl research and a museum girl. Which I love the actress that was in that. She has what is it, Amazon Prime, that show she was on. It's Swarm, and it's about like the dangers of like, you know, being too deep in like fandom, being a stan. It was actually really good TV, really great series. Yeah, so check her out. Dominic Fishback, I think is her name is. And then the lead was, I want to say, it was Anthony Ramos. And then his mom was Luna Lauren of Les. No, not that one. Well, there's two of them, you know. They're twins. So that's the one that starred on New York Undercover Oz, right? Because they're both actresses. So I like always have to remember who did what.
Yeah, I wasn't familiar with either of the leads, but I thought they both did a good job.
Yeah.
And again, I mean, like I said, it was only a little over 2-hour movie, so we really couldn't dive too deep into people's backstories and stuff. And
oh, she was also Rio Morales in Across the Spider-Verse.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah. Who else was really here? Michael Kelly, and I'm just like, Agent Burke. I you can see it a mile away. I'm like, come on, we know who you are, guy.
Come on, guy.
I kind of miss. I feel like he kind of took John Turturro's like roles from the previous movies. So I'm like, aw. If only we could have had John Turturro back. You can get John Turturro, always get John Turturro. That's all I'm saying.
Be the multiversal constant.
Exactly. Everybody can't have a polka dot man.
But yeah,
so, I mean, it was a straightforward story, though. I think.
Oh yeah,
it
yeah.
wasn't too convoluted. Like I said, I saw a lot of people being kind of confused. I'm just like, oh, they don't know. It's kind of like Superman Returns. It's like if you don't know this is supposed to be the sequel to the Donner cut of Superman 2, then you're totally like, well, okay, why does he have a kid? How did this happen? Like Superman and Lois aren't supposed to be able to have a baby, right? I was like, well, he gave up his power. It's a whole thing, guys. It's a whole thing. So yeah, I saw a few people kind of having that moment in their head, like, wait, what?
That was a cosmic key. I'm like, what is this? Masters of the Universe, 1987 Masters of the Universe.
Maybe they'll cross over too. You know, I've been dying for a new live action movie. And Dungeons and Dragons did pretty good, so I would keep my eye out for Masters of the Universe live action.
Oh,
For the next 5 years. I'm just saying. Fingers crossed. I'm just gonna manifest that real quick. But when Scourge deactivates Bumblebee, I was just like, you son of a bitch!
I know.
Why couldn't it be Mirage? Although my Mirage satisfaction came not too long after.
Hey-oh.
Yeah, spoilers. He gets disassembled.
Yeah, but then when Noah,
my favorite scene,
when he puts like Noah in that armor, at first I was like, oh, are we getting headmasters? I'm like, what's going on here?
I mean, it's an open universe. I mean, like, I think they were having, like, a little bit of trouble with stuff, and it seems like Transformers, like, the whole universe is, like, whole, and they can do whatever they want now. So, they're, like, planting the seeds. And I'm really curious to see how they reinvigorate their franchise. Like I said, we were clamoring for Beast Wars, right? Just the 90s kids just wanted it. I thought that it was a really good interpretation for a movie. Like, you just can't do what they can do in the cartoons. But I thought they did a really good job.
And again, I'm just waiting any day now for an announcement that Marvel has, like, the rights to Transformers and G.I. Joe back. Because, I mean, it seems like all... Well,
I mean, I think it can stay at IDW, I personally.
Well, I thought they let the rights go, IDW.
Did they?
I thought so. Because I thought they were done printing because, like, they kind of let it go, I thought.
Oh.
I thought that was the story.
Allegedly a new G.I. Joe, and I don't think it was going to go back to Marvel. We'll see.
Well, I mean...
That would be cool. I mean, I think they do need comics, like, to kind of do the in-between stuff.
I mean, Marvel all of a sudden has the rights back to other Hasbro properties like ROM and Micronauts, so...
Yay.
I'm just saying, but I'm just... But I'm just saying,
Okay.
I'm just saying...
That's not the flex that you think it is, but okay.
But I'm just saying they're Hasbro properties. That's my connection, yeah.
I mean, we'll see. Like I said, I think that I don't think everything needs to be like this ginormous like in IP franchise. Like I think people are getting burnt out on it, but you know, it is what it is. If you're gonna do it, do it. Like, you know, actually give the fans something to reinvigorate their franchise with. I think, like I said, those adult collector stuff was cool, and Spark is okay, but like I said, it's too Amazing Spidey and his friends.
Wow, yeah.
And I think you need something a little bit more He-Man 2009. Which is like that balance of, hey, we want to cater to the older fans, but also bring in some new fans and not talk down to them. So
Yeah.
it is like this super fine balance of, finding the right writers and people with the passion for the project. Like I said, I think this one definitely had a little bit more studio input. It had a few too many characters. Which, that's always a sign that the studio said, hey, what about this character? We really want to make merch for this character. So that was my only thing. So
Yeah, and well, do you think Pete Davidson's was that a studio mandate that we wanted some?
No, the director just actually really fell in love with his interpretation,
okay.
and he actually had to fight for Pete Davidson. So that's my whole thing. It's like he was not that good. I don't know. He wasn't like immersion breaking completely, but the fact that I know it's Pete Davidson, and I just don't personally care for his brand. Just
Yeah, no, he's just I don't know, annoying sometimes.
Yeah, I love the opening though, right? Because literally they call the Terracons the heralds, and I'm like, yeah, so the Silver Surfer reference is justified. Just saying.
Oh,
It's like, Terracons, and then they had the little Predacon scorpions. I was just like, oh, the scorpions makes me feel right at home in Mexico.
exactly.
A little too real.
No,
And they're like fleeing the Earth, and I'm just like, oh, I hate when you guys. It's sad every time they have to leave their Earth. Every time they have to leave and come to Earth, it's like Earth is kind of ghetto. I feel for you. We're the worst planet in the galaxy. We're like the last resort of the galaxy.
Exactly. Lock your doors, kids. Oh, but no, I'm looking at a Hasbro thing on Facebook here. I mean, it looks like they got some Beast Wars stuff.
Well, yeah, I would hope so.
The merch.
I would hope to have some corporate synergy behind this.
RC.
This is like Hasbro's one thing, right? It's like this and G.I. Joe and like Battleship if they want to try to reboot that thing again.
But yeah, I mean that's their big two flexes is Transformers and G.I.
Where's
Joe.
my Monopoly movie? Where's my rich Uncle Pennybags biopic, man?
I have an actor in New Jersey who might fit the bill.
Exactly.
You don't even have to pay for a fake mustache.
That's an
I'm sure he
interesting
has a
artistic
monocle and a
choice.
top hat somewhere. I'm sure of it.
I'm uncancelable.
Do not pass go.
I mean, we could get the Game of Life. I'm just saying, maybe not lean so heavily into. We got other stuff we can do, Hasbro. I got ideas. Call me. Anyway, sorry for that.
I mean, I think, but although I think the brands like Transformers, maybe G.I. Joe, like stand the test of time though.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Those are the ones people clamor for.
And it's just such a boon for Paramount to be the distributing company for them, right? Like Paramount was in a lot of trouble a while ago, monetarily, just like with Viacom, and they're actually like finally bringing that all back together. And Kevin Costner's kind of out on Yellowstone. The second half of season 5 is going to be its last. They still have those prequels. They still have Star Trek. Thank God. You have to pry that out of their cold dead hands. I don't care how much money Disney offers them. They are not giving them Star Trek, bud.
Oh my!
Mark my words. So like, it's really good to see Paramount, come out of the hole that it's been in for a while. How did you went to go see this with Luca? Do you feel like it was too long for like somebody his age, or was he okay?
No, he held his attention. I think pretty much the whole time. Yeah, no,
And at least he did have a mid-credit scene, unlike a certain other movie that he went to go see.
Yeah. No, he seemed to like this a lot more than a lot of the current, like some of the recent Marvel movies and stuff. So
yeah, 127 minutes isn't that bad, but I was just like, okay. We could have cut some of it somewhere, surely. Surely we could have cut some of the family stuff.
Yeah, but yeah, no, he liked it. I forget what he gave it, like an 8.5 or something, which for him is good.
Yeah, and I just don't believe that they would have gave Elena recognition for that discovery in that Peru temple. I'm just saying.
In the 90s? Yeah, okay.
Yeah. I was like, oh, that's wishful thinking. That's cute. I love that for her, though.
I know. Or did a certain government agency give that to her to be like, yeah, keep quiet about certain stuff. Oh yeah, well,
yeah, probably. You know what? Probably you're probably absolutely right about that. It was a little too many logical leaps in logic, but it is what it is. It is a Transformers property after all. You can't think too hard about this stuff.
Mm-hmm. So how long do you think we'll have to wait for that for a joint Transformers G.I. Joe project?
I know I forgot what part of production they're in, but the next movie in this franchise has already been like greenlit. And I think they have the script. I don't know if they're started like pre-production or whatever, but like I know that one. So they probably want to get that one going, and then they have to get the G.I. Joe franchise up on its feet again.
Yeah.
And I just don't know who I want. I mean, they tried with that Snake Eyes movie, right? So they literally have to go back to. They have to go back to the beginning and the drawing board. But I would probably say around 2030 at the earliest. Honestly.
Oh, damn.
Babes, it's 2023. It's
That's
not
true.
That far.
Yeah,
we're
7.
halfway through 2023, so it's not that far.
I know. I was hoping for 3 to 5 years, but okay. Yeah.
I want them to get. I thought that the G.I. Joe movie with Channing Tatum and Marlon Wayans was really good. I hated Retaliation. Rock is a franchise killer. I've known this for a while. I've been on the Rock hate train. I'm so glad everybody else is on it with me now. I'm not just sitting here whistling Dixie by myself. So like they really did Channing Tatum wrong on that one.
Yeah.
I just don't know who I would want in a G.I. Joe film. Who could be Duke now? Like I don't really know the kids these days. I'm just gonna throw out Charles Melton from Riverdale. Just put him in it, so I can watch that movie on silence. Yeah. I think they should definitely like lean into the beefcakes of the 2020s. That would probably just get it going. And like I don't know, Jonah Hill for comedy. I don't know.
Who could we go to for a list here?
My favorite biscuit.
I mean, if you give me and Justin 20 minutes, I'm sure we can whip up a list.
Cock-a-doodle-doo.
Oh, Rick Cosner, are you saying? He needs to be.
He might. I don't know how old he is, but I mean, maybe as a
he's old, but it's fine.
Maybe as a
he's a general.
General, we can make him like General Hawk or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, but
I'm interested. Like I said, I think that a crossover would be interesting if done well.
Oh yeah. Oh, speaking of The Rock, did you see Young Rock got canceled?
I wonder why. I told you they're not doing business with him anymore. I literally told you this guy's like what 2 months ago.
I know. Yeah.
Disney is out of the Rock business. Wait, that was on NBC though.
That was
it?
NBC. Yeah.
Oh, everybody's out of the Rock business.
Yeah. I mean, but Black Adam didn't do that great, and you know.
Well, that has nothing to do with that. I told you he's in a kidnapping scandal.
Oh,
they've been trying desperately to hush, but I guess it's looking like he might be guilty if they're canceling Young Rock, because that was a real big Rock ratings thing for them for a while.
Ah, another Ezra Miller, I see. Not that bad, but.
I mean, not that we know of yet.
Yeah.
But he's been kind of problematic, so I wouldn't be surprised if this gives people to come out of the woodwork, so. Yeah. One of these days I will have to do a Patreon about spilling tea, maybe. The Allegedly podcast.
And then is he in Fast 10 or no?
You know, I didn't go see it yet.
Oh, okay.
Jason Momoa, like the trailer that I saw was just like, okay. And they're already doing 2, even though this was supposed to be the last movie. They're doing a 3-part final movie, and I'm like, bitch, you ain't Harry Potter. And Harry Potter only did 2. Twilight only did 2. Who the hell do you think you are?
Hey, Lilith, AMC, they have a Fast and the Furious popcorn thing, like the trailer. It's like it's the car for Fast and Furious.
Okay. I don't know. Like I love
family, Lilith, family.
I know Olive Garden and Corona, baby. You can't go wrong. I don't know. I don't think he was, but I know Jason Statham was. I don't think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure The Rock's not in it. Let me just double check. I just saw Jason Statham and Jason Momoa, and I'm like, no. Double the Jason, double the yuck. No, thank you. Sure, everybody was kind of in it.
Oh, it's out on digital already, Fast X?
Yeah. Oh, he's in the post-credit scene. Spoilers. Okay. So if I can get past the Jason Statham and the Jason Momoa thing, it won't be that bad. I just won't have to watch the end credit, I guess. So I guess Vin Diesel's not very happy about that. That was probably an editorial mandate.
Did you see? I saw I just discovered this when I saw the trailer before the movie today. I guess they're coming out with an Expendables 4.
Nobody, literally nobody, crickets, executives. Hey,
but you know what it is? They're Stallone and some of them are in it again, but they're bringing in new blood. To probably keep the franchise running, because I think Megan Fox is in there. Maybe was that Megan Fox? I think with Statham. I think.
Okay.
Yeah, I know.
Sometimes you gotta let a franchise die. Sometimes, babe. Like it's okay.
We're creating
it's like Charlie's Angels. Stop trying to make that happen, babes. It's from the 70s.
Create a new one,
That gets 4 movies, but the 18 doesn't even get a sequel. Whatever. 18 was robbed. It's fine. We'll get there eventually, I'm sure. How did you feel about the visuals? Did you like the visuals?
Like I said, some of them were good. Some of them you could see, like the green screen and the CGI. I mean, I thought the most.
I thought the beasts were a little less well done than the.
Maybe, yeah. I was surprised they pulled off Unicron as well as they did.
Yeah, I like the conceptual concept of it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah. Again, I'm not the biggest Beast Wars fan, but I was like, I don't know, but.
Oh, and then I just want to give a shout out to David Soblov because he did like 3 different ones, right? He did like Rhinox, Battle Tribe, and Ape Wing. I'm just like, 3 for 1, eh?
Oh my. Well, except for Optimus Primal and what's her face? The rest of those beasts really didn't get a lot of lines. So.
Yeah, I wonder why. Yeah, it was Michelle Yeoh.
Yes.
As the Falcon, yeah.
The queen of every franchise.
I mean, basically.
I mean, yeah, she's in everything.
Having a hell of a couple years.
Oh, yeah. Marvel, Star Trek, now this.
Yep. And then, we got a little Cheetor, too. I mean, not enough, but... And then they didn't even give Bumblebee a damn speaking line. I was like, how dare you?
I know.
If it wasn't for Bumblebee's movie doing so well, this movie would not happen. How dare you?
Exactly.
Oh, well, Scorponok didn't get one either. But that's fine. That's fine.
Scorponok. I know. I'm like, he was a big deal back in the day. What else?
It's like some fan service they even they weren't willing to do. But I don't know. Like it was good. Like I said, like it captured the energy. It might not be true to the story, but it captured the energy. And I guess we're going to the 2000s with the next movie if the first 2 movies are to be anything. So I'm just like, that's kind of no man's land. They could do anything at that point.
Yeah. I mean, if you go by that original G1 movie, I mean, 2005's, when they brought in the new wave with like Hot Rod and Ultra Magnus, and although that was
I'd be curious.
Although that was RC and she was in this movie, so I don't know.
Maybe that, like I said, it was like a couple of Easter eggs, them planting some seeds. So I don't know. If they really want to take it way back and let them know, hey fans, we actually really do care. We know the lore. 2005, we're gonna set the movie.
And I mean, again, that was when Unicron first showed up. But I mean, they even dropped that line, and they're like, he could return.
Yeah, I mean, he's no mega level threat to take a page out of X-Men. So. I mean, he shouldn't have been defeated in the first movie. He should be out there worrying if he's going to come back.
Yeah, I just wonder how they're going to do with G.I. Joe Transformers, because I mean, I could see G.I. Joes and Autobots like teaming up, but I'm just like, what would the Decepticons?
Imagine the merch like Bumblebee and Duke.
Oh yeah,
Optimus Prime and Snake Eyes.
Oh man, they're going to go nuts with that stuff. Oh,
Cobra Commander and freaking Megatron. No.
No, the crossover we're waiting for Cobra Commander and Starscream.
You know what? You're absolutely right.
They're both petty. They both have the same voice.
Yes. Or we could go totally off the rails and do a Transformers G.I. Joe My Little Pony team up.
Oh my.
Because Transformers and My Little Ponies teamed up in the comic books. Just saying.
I was going to say, who would be here?
Is a Hasbro project.
Who would be there for that?
We're doing me now?
I mean, it seems like the world caters to the Charlie Esters of the world, at least Marvel.
I'm that kind of freak.
Yeah, but it was a solid story. I wish we got a little bit more lore. Like, I like the lore of Transformers. And I guess they're just going to keep sprinkling it. But, like, I think that they needed a little more just because I felt like it was too, like, brushed over.
Yeah.
So, it's the opening and then it's like, whatever. Doesn't matter. Okay, that's the premise, guys. Let's get to the action. Let's meet the human characters. Let's get boots on the ground kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah, just the whole thing is just... I don't know if is it just because of the CGI you can only have so many Transformers there? Because, I mean, in animated, they always have way more characters on screen. Is that just why because of the CGI budget?
I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
And I just hope next time, like I said, they really did put a rush on this movie a little bit. That they choose one house to do the CGI because every house has their own house style for CGI, right?
Mhm.
So like for me, it's just super noticeable. So I hope they can nail that down and not rush it and give it the time that the one animation studio can put through.
Mhm.
And I think it'll be more cohesive and cheap. Maybe it was cheaper. I don't know. I doubt it. Maybe they bring back Light and Magic. I know Light and Magic is like not as prestigious as it used to be, but like I said, I think that they did a better job in the previous movies on it, and so just let that be the one constant maybe going forward.
Is it a thing though? Maybe it's like, are they? Is it something because it's after COVID? Because Bumblebee was pre-COVID, so did that affect it at all? Where they're just like, yeah, right.
I mean, they can blame everything on COVID from now until the end of time at this point.
No, yeah, definitely, yeah.
Man, I would have been a billionaire had it not been for COVID. That's my line now.
Because at first I was like, why did it take 5 years since Bumblebee? But I was like, oh yeah, COVID.
Oh yeah, a certain thing happened in the whole world.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. I don't think that this is my one thing though. I don't think that like Noah had like good chemistry with Optimus Prime. Like they were kind of bumping heads. And that was a little like off-putting for me. It's like, ooh, who bumps heads with Optimus Prime? I don't know if I can rock with you, friend, if you don't get along with Optimus Prime.
I know, but
that was a little sticking point for me.
And I know it's supposed to be set in the past, but Optimus Prime too. It's like at first it's like it almost seems like he was almost like let the Earth burn as long as we get back to Cybertron. I'm like, that's not Prime. That's not Prime. Yeah.
Sometimes you gotta have an out of character moment, and yeah, like I said, it kind of rubbed me the wrong way a little bit. But they got, you need that like that refusal of the call of destiny and stuff like that. I get the structure, but to have like Optimus Prime cannot be out of character. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no.
It was like a major sin right there in the Transformers universe.
Especially when it's like the same guy voicing him and everything.
Exactly. It's like. But yeah, like I said, overall, it set up a lot of great things. It was a super solid movie. It was fun.
Yes.
It was fun.
Yes.
Like I said, before Bumblebee, and Bumblebee is actually not fun. For me, it's like kind of a sad, melancholy story, right? You just feel so bad for Bumblebee the whole time. And you have a couple of fun sequences toward the end, but that movie's real, like, it's got a lot of pathos, a lot of emotion and stuff. This one is like action. We're here to have fun. We're here to do the thing. We got Dino. We got the beast. We're here to have fun.
Oh yeah.
Because that's what the 90s is about, right? Extreme fun.
Wow.
And it definitely, like I said, it captured that vibe.
Mm-hmm.
I hope the beasts don't fall to the wayside. I think it'd be interesting to incorporate them going forward.
Oh yeah.
So that's my one like kind of wish list thing for the next couple of movies.
But again, like you said, we need animating either the two, the beasts and the vehicles together or their own separate things. But we need more animation.
We need more Cheetor. Just saying, one of my favorite characters, so we need more.
But yes, we definitely need more merch. So.
Affordable merch, because those adult collector toys are just.
We need more merch.
Yes, the important thing though is if you are gonna do, or maybe a mid-level product, because I would like to see Transformers go back to being somewhat kind of metal instead of that crappy plastic. I mean, it's better for the environment too. Like ABS plastic is, if it's not BPA free, you really shouldn't have it around your kids. It's the whole thing. It's the whole thing that you should use metal and glass where applicable.
They should be deadly weapons again, kids.
Exactly. I want to knock somebody out with an Optimus Prime. I want to give you a concussion and a cut on the forehead, man. Bring back lawn darts.
Blunt force trauma with a sound wave. Come on.
Exactly. Yeah. I think that we needed some more Wheeljack as well.
Yes. Yes. It was different version of Wheeljack in this movie, but yes. Yeah, I'm here for it.
Yeah.
He had freaking suspenders on.
Yeah. I don't know if I liked all the jumping around from place to place. That was kind of like,
No, from like New York City.
It was fun just to like expand the budget to have different like, set pieces and stuff. But like for me, I would have preferred we stay in a little bit like not so many locations, I guess.
I guess, but then it's like, oh, where are we going to hide this stuff? Where, for the Beast, too, it's like, oh, they're going to be kind of out of place in the middle of New York City.
Didn't stop Jurassic Park, the second one.
Oh, true. But no, that was my
thoughts. Like I said, it's a solid movie. Just a couple of like nitpicky personal preference things, but it's solid.
Yeah, no, like I said, this one and Bumblebee, that the franchise is going in the right direction after the base stuff.
Yeah, and like I said, I wasn't really like the biggest like Stephen Cable's Jr. person. Like he did Creed 2, which was not my favorite Creed movie. So he's got like a whole bunch of different weird little stuff that was just like, I was like, why are they picking him to do Transformers? I don't understand, but here he is. He did a good job, so I'm gonna, I'll eat my crow. Like it feels like he cares about the franchise. Like he might have watched it as a kid, though.
Yes.
And then that's all you really want as a fan, for somebody to care about your property and for it to mean as much to them as it did you.
And at least someone who's like familiar with the franchise,
Exactly. So seems like it. He's 35, so yeah, definitely a Beast Wars fans.
No, probably.
That's about that age.
All right.
I don't have anything bad to say about this movie. It's
so
a solid B+.
Okay, that's gonna be my next question. What's the grade? B+?
Bees and boy.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that about tracks. Yeah, I'll sign on to that. Like I said, I know Luca gave it an 8.5. So.
Ooh.
I know that he's a harsh critic too, just like you. So that's a good number from him.
But just to put this in context, had this been the first movie, it might have been an A. But Bumblebee is literally an A+ movie. So. Yeah. It really is. If you haven't seen it, please go see it. Send your thoughts about that as well as this movie, and we'll read them or the voicemail if that's easier.
Well, did you think that's the other reason why you were thinking in this movie? Oh, we didn't really get into the backstory of people, because in Bumblebee we did get more into like Haley Steinfeld's character and stuff, and
yeah.
Which I was just kind of shocked they didn't. I guess they really couldn't at that point. But it would have been cool to see her.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it really wouldn't have been a place for her,
And again, too, you would have to worry about, like, oh, does she look older because this is the next decade and stuff? And
yeah.
Maybe she's part of G.I. Joe. Who knows?
Yeah, that would be hilarious, actually.
Although maybe Disney has her locked down now, so who knows?
Did Hawkeye get a second season?
I don't know, but I'm telling you, Young Avengers is showing up somewhere.
We'll see. As a stockholder, I hate to be the people to tell you, Disney ain't doing too good. So.
Oh my.
They might be cutting back on stuff.
Oh no.
I mean, specifically Marvel stuff, just because it's way more money to produce.
Well, yeah.
So their CGI stuff and everything like that.
Yeah. Oh, so they're not going to do 3 movies and however many TV shows every year.
Well, they've already cut back on that, specifically because,
yeah,
a certain Bob came back and was like, what the fuck are you doing?
Wow.
This gotta go! Don't forget to tell Ron DeSantis to go fuck himself. This has gotta go!
Wow! Well, again, too, we're going to save the budget, too, because Daredevil has 18 episodes or something, so.
Yeah, allegedly.
I
mean, I don't know how the writer's strike is gonna really...
I mean, it'll probably delay it if nothing else, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think all 18 scripts were written, because like I said, they were in pre-production, they had principal filming started and stuff, so, and then the writer's strike happened, so.
Yeah.
If all the scripts weren't done, they're not gonna just...
Yeah.
They'll shoot what they have, but they're probably not gonna release it until it's a full package, just to be safe.
Okay.
Pay the damn writers!
Exactly. Give them protections against AI. Don't be using AI, kids.
Yeah, we are going to need some laws very shortly about AI here. And the mouse will be the one to push it through because he's the most to lose with his copyright rules. So,
Linda Hamilton warned us about this.
I mean...
What?
Well, to take it even back further... I mean, if you want to really go... Isaac warned us!
Oh, yeah.
But yet, here I am still trying to figure out a way to make a love bot. So, we don't listen as humans. Anyway, yeah, I hope you guys go see the movie if you already haven't. This is a recommend for sure. Just get a breath of a fresh air burst of nostalgia, if you will. Like, this is nostalgia in the best way and still making it its own.
Yeah.
So.
It's a fun summer movie. Yeah.
Yeah, what we used to have. Like, this is a fun summer blockbuster. It's it's to put the butts in the seats and the popcorn sales in the red,
Exactly.
or the black.
The black.
Speaking of blood, don't mind me.
Oh my.
Hungry.
Oh my. All right, let's get out of here. Lilith is hungry. I don't know.
I don't know what's going on. I don't know whether to be excited, horny, or both.
I was gonna say I don't know what she's hungry for, but either way, I'm sure a young Mexican boy will fill that need. Either way, whether it's a delivery boy or someone else. Anyway, all right. So if you're listening to this on the podcast, next episode you'll hear Russell and Justin again talking more Transformers with us, and then yes, you'll hear our specials, our 69 celebrity episode where the celebrities at the age of 69. And then, yes, we're going to cover the premiere of Star Trek Strange New World Season 2. So,
Because Lilith demanded.
hey, I love that show. No, I'm fine.
It's so good.
Heck yeah.
Just don't let Shatner star on it. It'll be fine. No guest star spots for Shatner. Sorry.
Oh, trap him in the Kelvin timeline, too.
Hells yeah.
Can retire with Spock. All right. So, yes. So, send us all your thoughts on, this movie, the Transformers in general, Star Trek Strange New Worlds, and any pop culture thing you want us to talk about. Email saltyandpetty69@gmail.com. That's saltyandpetty69@gmail.com. Or call the voicemail 614-382-2737. Operators are standing by.
At least the voicemail. I figured out what people were talking about Taylor Swift. I guess she broke up with her boyfriend. And his
Yes.
boyfriend was like kissing fans on tour and stuff.
Ooh.
So yeah, I said, I don't.
Yeah, I know.
I figured it out.
I heard she broke up with her boyfriend, and then just people were talking about they couldn't get tickets or merchandise and stuff. It just
Well, she hasn't made everything from before into Taylor's version either, so it's a whole thing. So if
yes.
you want to talk about it, Phil, we can.
Okay, I mean maybe coming soon, kids. A Taylor Swift episode.
If
So.
you're a Swiftie, send in your thoughts. We might be roasting your queen. I don't know.
Shh, no, don't come for us.
Hey, all publicity is good publicity, Phil.
I don't need it. Yeah, I guess.
They come for the Swiftie hate, but they stay for the dick jokes.
That's right. Oh, yes. Best dick jokes on the internet, kids. We bring it.
Well, that escalated quickly.
All right, and find everything for the whole Capes and Lunatics podcast network at our website, including the Patreon. Please subscribe. Help us support this. Tubespace.io/CapesandLunatics podcast network. That's Tubespace.io/CapesandLunatics podcast network. All right. Find Granny Hellfire on the Facebooks.
You know it. Friend me on Facebook, but stay off my lawn. Either do the 6 or do the 9.
And shout out to Russell, who is going to be here tonight. Then couldn't make it to the movie.
Suck it, Russell.
All right.
I heard a Mountain Dew trap turned over near his house, so he was busy.
Well,
so he couldn't get to the movie.
he's helping with the spill.
Yeah.
Oh man. All right.
No, I invented that, you dick.
Teach me how to urinate.
Urinated after that Mountain Dew. All right, kids. Thank you for joining us. Again, next episode, the Transformers talk continues. Then you're going to get your 69 celebrities and your Star Trek. So,
Lots to look forward to, kids.
yes. And again, we're open to suggestions. So send in your fan mail or your hate mail.
But just remember, we thrive on hate mail. We grow strong from it. Because he's petty and I'm... Well, yeah, we'll see.
And roll out.